All right, this is the recap for PYT number 2 of 2020 Donruss Baseball. We're going to start off with the Independence Day cards. It wasn't too bad of a case. All right, here we go. Bert Blyleven for the Twinnies, Max Fried for the Braves, Mookie Betts for the Red Sox, Yandy Diaz for the Rays, Gene Segura for the Phillies, Ed Rosario for the Twins, Bam Bam for the Phillies, Gavin Lux for the Dodgers, Michael King for New York, Luke Weaver for the Diamondbacks, Robbie Ray for the Diamondbacks, David Fletcher for the Dodgers, Whit Merrifield for the Royals, Juan Soto for the Nationals, Elvis Andrus for the Rangers, Chris Paddock for the Padres, Gleyber Torres for the Yankees, Sean Murphy for the Raiders, Mike Yastrzemski for the Giants, Corey Kluber for the Rangers, Justin Dunn for the Mariners, Abraham Toro for Houston, Jose Canseco for the Athletics, Marcus Seaman for Oakland Athletics, Wilson Contreras for the Cubbies, Alex Bregman for the Astros, Eric Hosmer for the Padres, Bobby Bradley for the Indians, Paquito for the Indians, Mike Minor for the Rangers, DJ LeMahieu for New York, Jalen Davis for the Giants, Trent Grisham for the Padres, Jesus Luzardo for the Athletics, Mitch Haniger for the Mariners, Mitch Garver for the Twins, Max Scherzer for the Nationals, Garrett Cole for New York, Justin Verlander for Houston, Jim Rice for Boston, Willie Castro for Detroit, Brandon Woodruff for Milwaukee, Marco Gonzalez for Seattle, Trey Mancini for Baltimore, Chris Bryant for Chicago, Wade Boggs for the Red Sox, Mookie Betts for the Red Sox, Sandy Alcantara for Miami, Domingo Leyba for Arizona, Michael Trout for the Angels, David Fletcher for the Angels, Ricky Henderson for New York, Blake Snell for the Rays, Jake Rogers for Detroit, Kevin Biggio for Toronto, Lorenzo Cain for Milwaukee, and Bobby Bradley again for the Indians. I don't know why that last card lost focus, but alright, so those were those guys. These are your career milestone and season stat cards. They're all different numberings, and I'm not going to put them in order because they're specific. Some of them are specific for the stats and some aren't. So we'll go with like this. We have Trey Turner for the Nationals, German Marquez for the Rockies, Sonny Gray for the Reds, Michael King for New York, Cody Bellinger for the Dodgers, Eric Hosmer for the Padres, Christian Yelich for the Brewers, Juan Soto for the Nationals, Mike Trout for the Angels, Jose Altuve for the Astros, Bryce Harper for the Phillies, Lucas Giolito for the White Sox, Alex Bregman for the Astros, Max Muncy for the Dodgers, Eddie Rosario for the Twins, Jorge Soler for the Royals. I can never remember his team. Starling Marte for the Pirates, Ricky Henderson for New York, Danny Mendick for the White Sox, Dale Murphy for the Braves, Juan Soto for the Nationals, Josh Bell for the Pirates, Trey Turner for the Nationals, Kyle Schwarber for the Cubs, Rafael Devers for Boston, Dale Murphy for New York, Javier Baez for the Cubs, Chris Sale for the Red Sox, Sheldon Noose for the Athletics, Miguel Cabrera for the Tigers, Sheldon Noose again for the Athletics, Giancarlo Stanton for the Yankees, Ohtani for the Angels, Tim Anderson for the White Sox, Tony Gonsolin for, I believe, the Dodgers, Alan Trammell for the Tigers, Yu Darvish for the Cubs, Michael Brantley for the Astros, and German Marquez for the Rockies. That was stack one. I have another stack of these. Believe it or not. Just like so. We have Trevor Bauer for the Reds, Christian Vasquez for the Red Sox, Michael Conforto for the Mets, Barry Larkin for the Reds, Anthony Rizzo for the Cubs, Ronald Acuna Jr. for the Braves. Bryce Harper for the Phillies. Ricky Henderson again for New York. Albert Pujols for the Angels. Paul Goldschmidt for the Cardinals. Paquito for the Indians. Christian Yelich for the Brewers. George Springer for Houston. Come on, focus, please. There we go. Marco Gonzalez for Seattle. Okay, Nick Senzel for the Reds. Jose Altuve for the Astros. Bryce Harper for the Phillies. Nolan Arenado for the Rockies. Paul Molitor for the Brewers. Elvis Andrus for the Rangers. Eloy Jimenez for the White Sox. Zach Collins for the White Sox. Fernando Tatis Jr. for the Padres. Blake Snell for the Rays. Brandon Crawford for the Giants. Mike Trout for the Angels. Jeff McNeil for the Mets. Austin Meadows for the Rays. German Marquez for the Rockies. Barry Larkin for the Reds. Patrick Sandoval for the Angels. Tyron Taylor for the Brewers. Cal Ripken for the Orioles. Alex Bregman for the Astros. Anthony Rondon for the Angels. Max Scherzer for the Nationals. Randy Arozarena for the Cardinals. Rhys Hoskins for the Phillies. Wilson Contreras for the Cubs. Justin Verlander for the Astros. Javier Baez for the Cubs. Justin Dunn for the Mariners. Mitch Garver for the Twins. Those are all your career, season, and milestone achievements. Okay, let's go with the emoji cards. All right, we got non-numbered fish emojis of Juan Soto for the Nationals, Madison Bumgarner for the Diamondbacks, Jeff McNeil for the Mets, Xander Bogaerts for the Red Sox, Kirby Puckett for the Twins, Doc Gooden for the Mets, Matt Chapman for the Athletics, Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers, Nelson Cruz for the Twinnies, Pete Alonso for the Mets, Brian Reynolds for Pittsburgh, Starling Marte for Pittsburgh, Cal Ripken for the Orioles, Marcus Seaman for the Athletics, Paquito again for the Indians, Justin Dunn for Seattle. This is the keep it at 100, out of 100, numbered to 100. We got Doc Gooden for the Mets, Bryce Harper for the Phillies, Kevin Newman for the Pirates, Bryce Harper again for the Phillies, Joey Votto for the Reds, Bregman for the Astros, Lucas Giolito for the White Sox, Eloy Jimenez for the White Sox, Eldel La Sabana for the Braves. These are the fire emojis out of 75. You have Willie Calhoun for the Rangers, Buster Posey for the Giants, Cal Ripken Jr. for the Orioles, Cody Bellinger for the Dodgers, Starling Marte for the Pirates, Elvis Andrus for the Rangers, Rafael Devers for the Red Sox, Xander, these are your out of your 50, your presidential emojis. Xander Bogaerts for the Red Sox, Josh Bell for the Pirates, Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers, Jesus Luzardo for the Athletics, Eloy Jimenez for the White Sox, Corey Seager for the Dodgers, Vlad Guerrero Jr. for the Blue Jays, Jalen Davis for the Giants. These are your googly eyes. Out of 25, you have Luis Castillo for the Reds, Mookie Betts for the Red Sox, El De La Sabana for the Braves, Corey Kluber for the Rangers, Paquito again for the Indians, Austin Meadows for the Rays, Aaron Nola for the Phillies, and Cal Ripken Jr. for the Orioles. Those are all your emoji cards. All right. So these are your inserts. We'll start with the Dominators first. Out of 999, you've got Austin Meadows for the Rays, Pete Alonso for the Mets, Ketel Marte for the Diamondbacks. Gosh, so hard to focus on this stuff. Jorge Polanco for the Twins, Ketel Marte for the Diamondbacks again, Josh Bell for the Pirates, And I think that starts the 340. It does. That was 349. Jorge Polanco for the Twins again out of 249. Out of 249, Aaron Judge for the Yankees. Out of 249, Rafael Devers for the Red Sox. And then out of 149, Hyun-Jin Ryu for the Dodgers. Out of 149, Jorge Soler for the Royals. Out of 25, Hyun-Jin Ryu for the Dodgers again. These are your as seen on TV. You have a Vlad Guerrero out of 999. Christian Yelich, excuse me, out of 349. Clayton Kershaw out of 349, and Anthony Rizzo for the Cubs out of 99. Your now playing inserts. Starting off at 999, you've got Brendan McKay for the Rays, Bo Bichette for the Blue Jays, Eloy Jimenez for the White Sox, Eloy Jimenez again for the White Sox. Out of 349, Bo Bichette for the Blue Jays. You got Gavin Lux out of 249 for the Dodgers. Austin Riley for the Braves out of 249. Out of 149, Bo Bichette for the Blue Jays. So these are your rated prospects. You got starting off at 999, you got Casey Mize for the Tigers, Christian Pache for the Braves, Dustin May of the Dodgers, Bo Bichette of the Blue Jays, Nate Pearson of the Blue Jays, come on please, Alex Kirilloff of the Twins, Brendan McKay of the Rays, Dylan Carlson of the Cardinals, Wander Franco of the Rays, Wander Franco again of the Rays, Brendan McKay of the Rays, Dylan Cease out of 349 for the Cubs, or excuse me, the White Sox, Joe Adell out of 349 for the Angels, Forrest Whitley for the Astros out of 349, Bo Bichette out of 249 for the Blue Jays, Bobby Witt Jr. out of 149 for the Royals. Then you got your Elite Series. Starting at 999, you've got Javier Baez for the Cubbies. You got Yohan Moncada for the White Sox. Mookie Betts for the Red Sox. Ronald Acuna Jr. for the Braves. Alex Bregman for the Astros. Ronald Acuna Jr. again for the Braves. Cody Bellinger for the Dodgers. Out of 349, Nolan Arenado for the Rockies. Alex Bregman out of 249 for the Astros. And out of 149, Cody Bellinger again with the Dodgers. Then your highlights cards starting at $9.99. You got Ronald Acuna Jr. for the Braves. You got Joey Gallo for the Rangers. Bo Bichette for the Blue Jays. Aristides Aquino for the Reds. Joey Gallo again for the Rangers. Aristides Aquino out of 349 this time for the Reds. Eugenio Suarez for the Reds out of 349, and out of 249, Pete Alonso for the Mets. Those were your inserts. That was the gist of the little add-on stuff. Now we're going to get into the relics and then the autos. Oh, you know what? I should do this actually before I do the relics. We had your case hit was a Pete Alonso whammy card. Pretty nice card for the Mets. Then you had the Chicago Cubs contenders card. Very cool. You had a San Diego Chicken going to the Padres. And then you had a plate for David Dahl in the Rockies. A 101 printing plate. Those are just some off the wall type things. And we did have, I might as well just sort of show this now too. We had a triple auto of Domingo Ayala, the YouTube sensation, and JCM11 won this in a random at the end of the break. Now we'll get to the relics that were in here. First up, we've got, these are the non-numbered relics to begin with. We've got Joey Votto of the Reds, Betts of the Red Sox, Pete Alonso of the Mets, Giancarlo Stanton of the Yankees, Edgar Martinez of the Mariners, Larry Walker of the Rockies, John Smoltz of the Braves, George Brett for the Royals, Vlad Guerrero Jr. of the Blue Jays, Cal Ripken of the Orioles, Javier Baez of the Cubs, David Ortiz of the Red Sox. These are now out of 99. You got Rafael Devers for the Red Sox, Albert Pujols for the Angels, Eloy Jimenez for the White Sox, and then a Pete Alonso out of 25 for the Mets. And this is the one with the little, there's a little indentation up here. So sorry, JCM. It's a PC card anyways, right? Shouldn't. That would only matter if you were going to try to resell it. All right, here we go. Autographs, non-numbered first. We got Brian Abreu for Houston, Michael King for New York, Hunter Dozier for the Royals, Logan Webb for the Giants, Jack Flaherty for the Cardinals, Michael Baz for the Padres, Jesus Luzardo for the Athletics, Justin Dunn for Seattle, Max Fried for the Braves, Ryan Helsley for the Cardinals, Nico Horner for the Cubs. Nice Nico. TJ Zeusch for Toronto, Michael Sherwin for the Red Sox. We have a Garrett Cole for New York for the Yankees. Dustin May for the Dodgers. You have an Andrew Kneisner for the Cardinals. Jonathan Hernandez for the Rangers. Kyle Schwarber for the Cubs. Genesis Cabrera for the Cardinals. You have a Willie Adames for the Rays. Patrick Sandoval for the Angels. Max Fried again for the Braves. Cody Bellinger for the Dodgers. Zach Collins for the White Sox. Bo Bichette for the Blue Jays. Yu Chang for the Indians. Taylor Clark for the Diamondbacks. Tres Barrera for the Nationals. Brendan McKay for the Rays. And Jordan Yamamoto for the Marlins. Now at a 99, you got a Vlad Guerrero Jr. for Toronto. Out of 25, you have a Trey Mancini for the Orioles. And then we had a Recollection Collection buyback out of 9 of 9, Paul Molitor for the Brewers. And that was your break. So thank you guys very much. I'll get this uploaded right now, and we'll see you next time here at Gargoyles. Peace.